stand, and Alex, I'll have you do the pledge, and then I'll do the prayer.
Yep.
Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Heavenly Father, we just thank you for graciously giving us time together. We thank you for our school community and just the goodness that you have demonstrated to our community. Lord, we pray that you would just give us wisdom as we make decisions this evening. We thank you for the gift of your Son, who came on to the earth and just demonstrated his love for others by teaching us and also by paying redemption for our sins. Lord, I do just especially request right now that you'd be with Balin and her family and her doctors with her upcoming surgery, that you would help it to go well and you would just provide a good recovery for her. We ask this in your name. Amen.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, so we'll call the meeting to order now. And the first item on the agenda is items on the consent agenda, including approval of regular meeting minutes, July 22nd, approval of executive meetings, July 22nd, approval of executive meeting minutes from July 24th, and approval of executive meeting minutes from August the 8th. We did have a minor change in the regular meeting minutes that Alex sent. I think it was late.
Oh, I'm sorry, I did not see that.
So it was approval in the minutes. I think it states that Tara Lonecker was approved twice. I think he's looking through it right now.
Yeah, I couldn't tell. I can't remember if it's somebody else's name that's supposed to be there, or if we're just actually gonna put in twice.
I did edit and I did redact that.
Okay, perfect.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's already taken care of.
Yes.
Okay. Any other corrections or questions on claims, professional development requests, field trip requests, or minutes?
Nope.
Okay, this is the first time I don't think I have any questions in a long time, but you already had answered them in your email, so I was like, okay. All right, so I will entertain a motion to approve items on the consent agenda.
So moved.
Second that.
All in favor? Aye. Next item on the agenda is comments from patrons concerning items on the agenda. We actually do not have any patrons here this evening. So we'll move on to new business. And the first item under new business is board policy July 2025 updates, second reading.
So at the last meeting, you were presented with the policy updates, and this is the first round of policy updates that reflect the changes made this past legislative session. There is going to be another update coming soon that we'll go over for that. Most of the things in here, again, they were legal technicalities as far as wording or maybe a change in a requirement. And so that's nothing too drastic, but just compliance is what the changes were for our policies. So if you guys have questions, we can entertain those this evening. If you are ready to go ahead and make a motion and take a vote on them, you can do that tonight since it's our second reading.
I don't have any questions,
Any questions?
so we'll take a vote.
Okay, there we
Okay,
go.
so I'll move that we approve the policy updates, and I'll entertain a second.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Next item is under new business is B, permission to advertise the fiscal year 2026 budget, capital projects, and bus replacement plans.
So this will get our budget process started, that we'll be able to advertise it, and then we'll be able to have a special hearing to go over our budget. In your red folder, I did provide you just kind of a little at the glance for you to have awareness of what we advertised last year's budget at, and then what our actual levy was. You will notice a little bit of a difference in it this year. When we did our budget last year and you had this sheet last year, we actually knew what our AV was. This time we don't know what our AV was. So we were still cautious. You always want to make sure that we can protect our levy amount. And so we advertise high, and then we know that it's going to come down. Our rate is going to come down. So we were able to go a little bit closer to what we thought it was going to be last year. This year, we don't have our AV back. So we have to be very cautious, and we have to make sure that we advertise high enough to where if our AV would drop, that we can still levy the money that we need in order to make our debt payments and things like that. You will notice one of the changes, the referendum, we are advertising that with a higher AV because we have to do two things for it. We have to be able to protect not only the levy, but we also have to be able to protect the rate. So we have to look at it from both angles. As far as if the AV would go either way, we have to make sure that we're doing both. So we're advertising a higher AV, and then we're also advertising the rate high enough to where we would be able to protect that either way. Now, what I don't have on this sheet, because we don't have the numbers yet, I did play with the numbers a little bit based off of what our current AV is. And based on our current AV, I look for our rate to be very similar to what it was last year, but we have to advertise high in order to protect ourselves. We'll go over that at the budget hearing and stuff. So tonight, though, I need your permission to be able to advertise that we're going to have our budget hearing. And it has to be advertised 10 days prior. So once you give me permission to do that tonight, tomorrow, I will get that all advertised in Gateway.
Any questions? Okay, so I will entertain a motion to grant permission for Mrs. Huff to advertise the fiscal year 2026 budget.
Make a motion to allow the advertisement.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, next item on the agenda is approval of live streaming and the fee structure.
So we use Huddle to live stream our games, and this mainly got started during COVID. We can use it as well for our coaches to go back and watch film whenever we're in the gym and having games. But again, it was a nice way to be able to allow our fans from home to be able to watch the games. We have gone this entire time without charging a fee in order to access it, but our ticket sales have not actually recouped completely from prior to COVID. And so a lot of schools are charging for it. There is a significant fee that comes along with Huddle. And so that is one of the things that Aaron would like for us to consider, is to start charging for our spectators to be able to view our games. He has the fee structure there. He's checked with area schools. This is in alignment with them. So it'd be $8 for a single game access. If you want to be able to access everything, it would be $100 per year. So that would be like an all sports pass for you. Barr-Reeve gets to keep 60% of the profit off of it. Huddle does keep 40% of the profit. And then the other thing that he has in here, so some of the other area schools, maybe they have networks that follow them, they can come into our gym currently and they can live stream from our gym. They might turn around and charge a fee to people to watch it on theirs, and Barr-Reeve doesn't get any of that funding for it. And so we would be charging them a fee of $500 to be able, this doesn't include radio. This is just the live streaming, the video for it. He's tried to hold off on this as long as he can, but he does feel, like I said, looking at kind of the athletic ticket sales and the number of years that we are past COVID now and stuff, that he needs to do something to kind of offset what we're not seeing in our ticket sales.
Understand?
So that revenue goes towards the broadcasting fees that we.
It would go into the
Okay.
athletic department and stuff, and so the athletic department does pay for part of the Huddle fees as well.
So that'd be for all athletic events.
All of the ones that are held in the gym.
Okay.
Oh, well, both gyms.
Any other questions?
Nope.
So I will move that we approve the Huddle live streaming fee structure and entertain the second.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, next item on the agenda is under personnel, fall coaching recommendations.
So last meeting, you guys were able to approve the majority of these. We had a few that didn't have everything completed yet. And so Hayden Graber, volunteer boys tennis coach, and Bill Bond, volunteer soccer coach, will need to be approved this evening. And then in your packet, we had Dylan DeCourcy not quite ready, but we do have all of the materials now, so we can approve her. But Mr. Ash would like to recommend Dylan for the freshman volleyball coach. You know, we don't have a freshman team, but this also acts as an assistant at the high school. And later in the meeting, we'll discuss a resignation that we have in our volleyball program. So this would be an extra set of hands at the high school to be able to help with that. And then Abby Knepp, who has been our 8th grade volleyball coach, and she decided that this year she wasn't going to be coming back, but then she said she missed it too much. So she's going to come back in a volunteer capacity, still at the middle school, kind of helping out with our 6th grade group a little bit there. So tonight it would be Dylan DeCourcy, freshman / high school assistant for volleyball, Abby Knepp, a volunteer for the middle school volleyball, Caden Graber, volunteer boys tennis coach, and Bill Bond, volunteer soccer coach. They can all be approved at once, yes. And we have all of the paperwork we need for them. Nope, you're fine.
Any questions, comments?
Mhm.
Okay, it's exciting to see people wanting to volunteer and participate. And
It is.
I'm so excited to hear that Abby missed it enough that she wants to come back.
I know, she notified us to get her keys, and I said, well, I haven't taken them apart, I still have them on the lanyard from when she gave them to us.
Good deal.
And in the back.
Good deal. Okay, so I will entertain a motion to approve all coaching recommendations. Bill Vaughn, Caden Graber, and Abby Knepp as volunteer coaches, and then also Dylan DeCourcy for a paid varsity assistant position. I'll entertain a second.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. B, under personnel, extracurricular activities, assignment recommendations.
Okay, so we have all of these filled for this coming school year, which again is very exciting that we have people who are stepping up and willing to do the extra activities with our students. Most of them are the same, not many changes in here at all. Couple of ones to note: teacher mentor. Krista Schwarzentrooper is going to mentor both Emily Julian and Rachel Graber. So we kind of go if they have 0 to 2 years of experience and they're new to our corporation, providing a mentor, what level of support that changes. But Krista coming out of kindergarten, Emily and Rachel both going into kindergarten, 2 spots open in kindergarten. Again, Krista being right there, we thought that would be a good fit for both of them to have some support and to help with the continuity in kindergarten. And then Mark Holt is going to be mentoring Megan Miller in math. You'll notice that Heath Howington has taken over some of the roles that Josh Thompson had previously filled for us as well. And like I said, I think most of the other ones you should be familiar with from what we've had in the past.
Okay. Any questions with those?
Nope, that's good.
Okay. So I will entertain a motion to approve 25-26 ECA assignment recommendations.
So moved.
Second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Next item under personnel, bus route driver recommendation.
Okay, so at our last meeting, again, I had notified you that Kayla Dobson was not going to be returning as a bus driver for us for bus 12. And so Donna James is going to come back and she's going to be a bus driver for us on bus 12. She's not always going to be able to do the afternoon route. So we're filling in with subs right now, and that will just last until Christmas though. At that point, she'll be able to take over the route full time. So we are super excited to have Donna back and driving for us. And I know the kids are going to enjoy having her.
Good. Okay, so I will entertain a motion to approve Donna James for the bus driver for Route 12.
I'll make a motion. I'll make a motion to accept Donald James for that route.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Next item is approval of part-time paraprofessional employment.
Okay, so we are part of the Davies Martin Cooperative for our special education cooperative, and the co-op employs the paraprofessionals for 5.5 hours per day, but we like to employ them for an additional 1.5 hours so they can be here for the full 7-hour day with the students. And so how we have done this in the past is we just match whatever the co-op's rate is at the time. Currently, it is $16.25 an hour. Co-op has not done any of the raises yet for this year, so I would like to have permission that whenever the co-op gives them their raise, that we would be able to go ahead and match that as we have in the past. This would be for Alyssa Adams and Andrew Ivers at the elementary and Joella Height at the middle high school for paraprofessionals for us. And they don't receive any benefits with this, and they don't receive any leave time for us. If they can't be here one day, they just don't get paid for that time. They get paid off of a time card for it.
Any questions about that? So can we, can our motion include the ability to raise them automatically to match what the co-op is paying?
Yes, for this school year.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So I will move that we approve the part-time professional employment for 1.5 hours per day for Alyssa Adams, Andrew Ivers, and Joella Height at $16.25 per hour. And also that when the co-op does raises for this school year, that we match that. And I'll entertain a second.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, and then are there items after 4?
There are, if we could jump down to those before we do the superintendent's report. Okay, so I went over the budget with you. We did Dylan. I went ahead and put her in since we were doing the coaches at the other time. So that leaves 2 items in the after 4. One of them is a homebound instructor placement. So we have a student who is undergoing treatment this year that's going to prevent the student from being able to be at school for more than 20 days. And so in those situations, then we provide homebound instruction for a minimum of 3 hours per week. If the student is able to at the time for that week, it'll be very flexible depending again on what the student's medical needs are and how the student feels at the time. So what we're looking at right now is to approve Laren Knapp for 3 hours per week, and then provide 1 hour of compensation for her prep time and her coordination, as well as also reimbursing for mileage. We're going to start that mileage from the school is how we have it written, unless wherever, like if she's coming from her house and it's closer from her home to get there, we'll do whatever the less piece is and spare to the instructor on that one. The rate, how we've done it in the past is we set it at the teacher's hourly rate. So we take the salary divided by 182 divided by 7.5 hours a day. And that's how we come up with the hourly rate for the instructor. Laren will work with the student's classroom teacher to get assignments and make sure that everything is staying in alignment with what the student needs. Our requirement by the state is we do have a teacher who is licensed in the content area to be providing the instruction, which Laren is. And so we are very thankful that Laren is willing to do this. And then I also know that the classroom teacher has done a wonderful job too of being in communication with the family and being supportive of Laren as well. So I would like for you guys to approve Laren Knapp as our homebound instructor with the compensation that I explained and you have in your sheet.
What is Laren's other 4 hours of her day look like? Or
This is outside of the school day.
Okay,
So she
okay.
does this after hours. Sorry,
Okay.
homebound instruction, yes, takes place outside of the school day.
any other questions?
What's Laren? What level does she teach?
She currently teaches first grade.
First grade.
She has taught third grade for us as well. So she has an elementary license, K6.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion to approve Laren Knapp as homebound instructor for the student for this school year.
So moved.
Second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Next item for approval.
Yes, so then the next one that we have is we have a resignation from Courtney Pruitt as our JV volleyball coach. She appreciates the opportunity to be a part of the program. Courtney has been a valuable part of our program going back to when she was a student and she played for us. She was a wonderful defensive player, back row player for us, and then has continued on working in our program as a coach. And so we were very thankful for all of the time that Courtney has given to us. We wish her the best of luck, and maybe one day we will see her again in our program. So I just need for you guys to accept her resignation.
Just want to echo your thanks to Courtney for her time spent working with players and developing players in the program. So we appreciate it. I will move that we approve Courtney Pruitt's resignation and entertain a second.
Second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, and now we're ready
Okay,
for superintendent report.
so back to school year start. Knock on wood, school year got off to a great start. I heard that in the hallways, talking to people as well, that things have gone very smoothly. So that's always nice. Count day won't be until October, but numbers are looking very strong. We're right in line with where we were last fall. Again, second semester, we usually tend to go down a little bit. Some people move around a little bit from one semester to the other, but we're back in alignment exactly where we were last fall. So very pleased with those numbers. And the other thing I have for you then, I wanted to share our back to school presentation. I won't go into all the details that I did for the presentation. I'll give you a condensed version. But one of the things this year was really thinking about, we've been talking about our branding and we've been looking at, just again, kind of who we are, and our Viking ship kind of keeps coming back, sail on big ship. And so this year, our theme is all in, all year, sail on big ship. And then what does that mean? So last year when I met with the staff, we talked about starting undefeated and how schools are so fortunate that we get a fresh start every year, and you get to come in and you get to be energized and you don't have to feel behind on things. You're ready to go. And then we talked about kind of setting our targets, 3 big rocks at the end of the year when you're standing there in May. If you could look back on the year, like what are the 3 things, if you could get just those 3 things accomplished, what was going to make you feel like I did what I needed to do? So that was kind of what we talked about last year. And so this year we're sailing on stronger and steadier together. And I talked about why all in, all year, and what that means. It doesn't mean extra work, and it doesn't mean extra pressure. What it means is you're showing up every single day to give what you have to our students. But it's also a belief in who we are. It's a belief in our students. It's a belief in our mission and where we're headed. It's a belief in each other as a team, because we start the school year undefeated. And so our kids get our very best on day 1, but they also deserve our very best on day 2 and day 50 and day 100 and day 176. And so it's bringing that mindset to whatever we do every day. And then I went ahead, when I started to print these out for you, I was going to skip over some of our slides, but I thought you guys always approve our hires, but you don't get to see their faces. So I wanted to be able to share the faces of our new hires with you so you can see that. And we went over this as a staff. Of course, I had everybody stand, and nobody likes that. But everyone was excited to see our new people. And then I had a slide, where's Waldo? And that's truly what it felt like for a minute, because one of the things that was so great about this year, in a sense too, was the willingness of all of our current staff to take on new roles and new responsibilities, and maybe take new assignments that they haven't done before based on kind of what the needs were in the school. And so I shared that list with you because I wanted you to be able to see that too, that this is who we have as part of our crew. These are the people who are willing to step up and say, I'll do it. it's not easy to move. It's not easy to change. It's extra work and it's learning something new. And again, you know, these people were so willing to step up and do that for us. So very thankful to have that. And then we talked about what gives us our direction. So if you think about it from our compass, and if you think about our values, we've had connect, contribute, and challenge, and it stuck around for several years with us, but it's because it truly embodies what we believe. Connections are so important. We know that relationships, one of the strongest drivers in the educational process, but also connecting with your colleagues too, and all being together. And then contributing. We've all been given gifts and graces, and so we get to bring those with us every single day and be able to serve our students and to be able to serve our school and our community with what we can contribute. And then challenge. That's how we grow. That's how we get better. Challenge doesn't mean it has to be tough. It doesn't mean it has to be bad. It just means that we're constantly looking for ways of how we can get better. And so that's really what drives us as far as the direction that we're going. And then the rudder is our vision. And this is what we talked about: happy kids, healthy relationships on a path to rewarding futures. Because, and again, this was part of why I shared this too. We had so many new faces. And so I wanted to be able to share with everybody at one time what we stand for and what we believe in. And I shared with the staff how when I get to give school tours, I don't get to give as many of those anymore, but it's one of my favorite things to do because you get to see our school through somebody else's eyes for the very first time. And so things that we take for granted or it's just routine to us, it's new to somebody else. And so getting to see that. And so I shared with our staff the reminder that happy kids, that's the goal. That's what we want. Who doesn't want happy kids? We want our kids to be happy, and we can't take for granted, you know, or think that every kid is always going to be happy or that happiness is going to come easily to all of our kids. So we need to be making sure that we're on the lookout for that. Healthy relationships. Again, healthy relationships are so critical in life. And with today's challenges that our kids have, we know the social media, we know the pressures that they have on them, making sure that they know what healthy relationships look like and that we're fostering that here so they have that connection with us and then on a path to rewarding futures. That's our job in K-12, is to have our kids ready for the Monday after graduation. And so what does that look like? So these things right here steer every decision that we make. If we can keep that in mind, happy kids, healthy relationships on a path to rewarding futures, we are staying the course and we are going where we need to go for our kids. And then our sales. This is what moves us forward. So again, just a reminder about our Ready Schools program. And this is what we talked about. It's important to keep this at the forefront and not forget about it for a couple of reasons. One, we're putting a lot of work into laying a strong foundation to get this up and off the ground. But at the same time, because it's not new and shiny to us, we can't start to pile other things on top of us that are new and shiny. This is what we're really working on. And so when we say yes to things, we need to make sure that it falls in alignment with what we're doing so that we can stay the course and we can continue building something strong and we're not just stretching ourselves too thin on it. So our Ready Schools encompasses our Ready students. We're still working on our grade level exemplars and mentorships. Again, that ties in with that relationship piece, making sure we are building those connections, innovative teaching and learning, relevant hands-on learning and collaboration. Again, it goes back to what we know about education, what we know about how the brain works and how to make it sticky, like as we like to say. Again, collaboration, that's both for our students, but also for our staff too. And again, it's that showing up for each other everyday piece. And then career awareness and readiness. Again, we're going to have them ready for the Monday after graduation. We have to give them experiences now so they can make those choices to know what that path is going to look like for them. So we have career exploration, or K-12 career exploration, career aligned pathways, and then Viking enterprises. The next one, there are going to be rough waters. Would love to say that everything's going to be sunshine and roses all the time, but we know that that's not how life goes. However, when we are together, we are stronger together. And so we are going to be a steady ship and we will be able to handle any of the rough waters that come our way because we will have each other. And then the next one is what does all in, all year mean to you? So I told the staff that I would be sending out a survey that completely voluntary and anonymous, if they would like to fill it out. I shared with them what all in, all year meant to me. So I would really like to hear from them on what it meant. I'm gonna make a little Wordle or something out of it, but I would like to share some of these with you, if you would indulge me, because these really meant a lot to me. So this came from our staff. I'm just gonna read them as is on here. But the question, what does all in, all year mean to you? Present in every moment. You were created for such times as this. Heart, dedication, and commitment. Building connections and celebrating small wins every day. Giving your best every day, all year long. It means to me to be present and alert, being there not only for the students, but the teachers and other staff members. Motivated and focused on success. Bring it. Connecting with every student. Consistent, positive attitude. Mindset, 1% better every day. Be present where your feet are at each moment, not perfection, but 100% of what you've got in the tank each day. Resilience, pushing through challenges without giving up. Our students deserve our best every day. Commitment, full engagement and continuous improvement, making every moment count and helping student, staff, and the community thrive. There's a continued list. I could continue to go and share them with you, but they all say the exact same thing. And this is the heart of who we have at our building, working with our students every single day. And to me, again, that just means so much to me. And I think that's what makes us who we are in such a special place for our students. And so then let's lead with purpose, grow with belief, and support one another every single day. And I told them, here's the 2025-26, let's make it count. And then we unveiled our shirt design, all in, all year, Barr-Reeve Vikings. So,
Yes. I like it.
Yeah, appreciate you coming through that.
so you guys got a very condensed, very fast condensed version of it.
Well, you've still
It's
got,
stuff,
you're gonna go as long as Travis used to, you've still got 30 minutes.
Well, that's good, because we'll hear teachers referring to that, I mean, there, so have a little bit of a sense of what they're talking about. It's good.
Yeah, and then when you see the word will come out, you'll know what
Yeah.
where it came from
That's right.
and stuff. And
Yep.
it's their voice. So
Consistency, I think that just points to, staying consistent all year. So yeah, good message in that.
all right, that's all I've got.
When you feel like it and when you don't.
Consistency.
Show up
That's
and
the
be
word I
consistent.
stuck out to me.
Okay, thank you for that. It's really good. So very inspiring. Okay. Anything else under your report?
No,
Okay.
that is all. So
Okay.
comments you guys have and
Well, one comment that I have under item 7 is just want to thank Andrea for continuing to get our packets to us and just thinking about your daughter. She's recovering.
thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Yep. So hope all goes well there, and we'll continue to have your family in our thoughts. But thank you for continuing to work and make sure things are taken care of. It's not always easy, so
Easy.
appreciate that.
Got a good team in this office too to help make all that happen. So
Okay, next item on the agenda is other questions or items for the board from patrons. And then again, there are no patrons here, just for those of you watching online. And the next item is under other, and probably we need to remind everyone of the budget hearing.
Yes.
On that.
yes,
Because that
and
would
I
be
didn't
before
bring,
next.
I didn't bring that one with me. September 3rd. Is that?
That's right.
So make sure we get that squared away.
I left that in the office. My apologies on that.
Yes, 6 o'clock.
Yes, it'll be September the 3rd at 6 o'clock.
Mhm.
It's on a
And it'll be
Wednesday
here.
evening.
Yes, here in this office.
Okay. And then our final approval, I think, is
In September.
Yeah, the next regular
September
meeting on
14th,
Tuesday,
which is the
September
16th. Yes.
Okay. All right, and again, those dates are super important, so just try to make sure that we are aware of those. Okay, and I don't have anything under other. Do you guys have anything else?
I was just thinking as you were, I was going to share a story that happened to me this week that was encouraging to, I should share it with some teachers. Deco, for one, I was picking up my Wednesday night pizza at Papa John's. It's my night to cook. It's Wednesdays. And one of our last year's grads who's working there, I could tell he recognized me when I came in because he said, you know, it's getting ready. And then I kind of recognized him. I couldn't think of the name. And when he was handing me his pizza, he said, thanks for the budgeting talk this year. I started budgeting and my car broke down and I had the money saved for it. And I started thinking about it, like, that's, you know, the Monday after graduation readiness, you know what I mean? Trying to prepare our students for the real world out there. And he had done a good job. So
Budgeting for those unexpected
exactly,
expenditures
those
is part of
emergency
it.
accounts are important. Yeah, when emergencies happen. So that was encouraging to me, and I'm sure it's kind of good to hear.
Yeah. Anything else? Okay, so if there are no other comments, then I'll move that we adjourn the meeting. And again, our next regular meeting will be Tuesday, September 16th, and we have the budget hearing between now and then.
The second.
Okay, all in favor? Aye. Meeting adjourned.